Right, guys. This is it. KraV taking a little sip here, has some time in the early game, as Undeads always have. In the bottom left, from the Ukraine for the Night Elves, it's Sonik. And his opponent promised him a spanking on social media in the upper right. The Lich King, KraV.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing, you know, it's pretty cool. You're like, oh yeah, I'll spank this guy. But then if you lose, it does look pretty bad. So you need to make sure you back up your banter with some good performance. And now KraV needs to be... He needs to be on his A game. You need no less against Sonik. You know, Sonik is somebody that I feel is still underestimated a lot, because sometimes he plays amazing, but other times everything seems like it's going wrong for him. And I think a lot of players, they just look at his overall level and they just judge him for when it went bad for him. But occasionally, like, he's capable of delivering great performances. He won back to Warcraft Weekly, I remember. Back to Warcraft Weekly Cups. And then, like, a lot of the people that he beat, I heard them talking about him like as if he was not that great. No, Sonik is a really good player.
He's just having a different approach than most others. He's also making it to quite some finals in the ESL Open Cups recently, where he's then unfortunately defeated by Happy, but he does have some experience in this matchup recently. But yeah, KraV is also a very, very different player. But if we look at his build, this is kind of this is Tet Fiends by KraV.
Yeah.
I expected everything, but not Tet Fiends.
Yeah, I mean, he might tech. We know that he loves expanding. He also likes gargoyles a lot. So there's a chance he just techs. Yeah, there it is. He's just gonna tech. Not sure yet exactly what. Okay, he's getting a 4th goal now. And against somebody that loves to expand, you need to be in position with wisps. So we see Sonik is checking the second base right now of KraV, making sure that that's not being crept. And he already dropped a Huntress All. We saw that against Human, against Thalzane, he was ready to go for Mastia 1 to really try and basically get the upper hand and win right out against an expansion attempt. And here he was ready to do that again, but upon realizing it's not an expansion, he's probably going to want to attack.
This creep by KraV took forever to just kill the High Priest. If you don't attack anything else, then he heals himself. And yeah, that's quite a delay on KraV's early game already. And Sonik, he's just jumping from one creep spot to the next with Claw, with Ring, and now going to the Murloc. It's a fast level 3 for him.
He wants to expand, yeah, that one Wisp. Being sent there, got ensnared. KraV checks the main base, he sees the Huntress Soul, the Enchanter 4 producing, he's gonna know that there is probably a Huntress on the way. Wisp at the expo of KraV. And he's gonna wake up the creeps here, very nicely done by Sonik. I think he saw that the Death Knight was already kind of low. There is some incentive to maybe go there in a bit and start harassing, but I think he's gonna want to get Keeper level 3 first, and the Acolyte might help here in the main base.
We do have a replenishment potion, so it might be damage controlled here. Wisp is checking the main, and that's for a reason, because he wants to see if there's a second crypt for gargoyles or not. That's also the reason why KraV can use some ghouls for creeping. Hold on, he didn't actually have any in the base, so he's at 84 lumber at the moment.
Yeah, he's going Gargs with the second crypts. So I think he might want to expand at some points in the near future. Like I said, he loves expanding and he loves Garg, so why not do a build with both of these things here?
Exactly.
I don't think Garg on one base is necessarily a thing, so I feel like it's likely he would expand.
Yeah, we've seen this like 1.5 years ago from the Chinese TBC. He tried to make it work, but I don't think anyone else caught up to that, and yeah, for a reason probably. KraV sees this. We have seen more and more Gargs recently, also by Vortex in this matchup, and it seems like the absolute key is don't go Naga. It's not working. You need a Panda or at least an Alchemist.
Well, in Sonic's case, he's not even teching yet. I'm not sure how he read, what was happening at all, but he hasn't teched yet. He's just, okay, there it is. He finally starts it. He's only been making Huntresses. He has one single archer on the right side of the map. Now KraV spots the expansion. He has a skeleton there already harassing a little bit. It feels like it would be so easy for KraV to expand from there, because what a Huntress is going to do against Gargs.
Yeah.
He can just set it up and then have it go up quickly.
But
he starts Lich.
Okay. That's interesting. Usually with Gargs, you want to delay your second hero for more experience on the DK, but KraV has a new take on things. Like, if you want to make use of your Huns in the early mid game when you're not tier 2, one thing would be cancel expansions, so that would maybe be an invite from KraV to Sonik to get something done with them. But yeah, the Garker.
Ooh, and there's gonna be a fight there. Keeper's moving back, he's got greater invuln. That Keeper has 2 rings, by the way. That guy just cannot die.
We have a clause for the DK that results in the first Archer kill. Sonik can, of course, transition a little into Archers if you want some anti-air. Ghouls committed, Gargs committed, everything committed to this Entangled Goldmine.
It's weird, because Ghouls are gonna start dying now, and I mean, again, like I said, this Keeper shouldn't really ever die. And he forgot... Oh, he didn't get Dust. Those Archers would have died for sure if he had Dust here.
Oh yeah, he can't send anything really to the lab, but maybe he doesn't need it if he kills the Keeper. You said he can't die, but we've had some wrong calls in this entire tournament, but the Lich is in trouble. Can he save him? It's so close. The Archer is right there. Arrow to the knee, but it doesn't seem to be enough. TP swapped and Lich saved.
And the referee has seen enough. Apparently, he saw this attack. He was like, this Keeper cannot die anyway. I'm surprised that the expansion didn't start in the meantime, but KraV actually didn't have the wood for it, because he pulled a lot of the ghouls that he had there to actually go and fight with. So now KraV realizing that there is already expansion for Sonik, he needs to kind of decide what he does. He's going to get rid of this Wisp here on the left side and starts expanding.
Okay, seems like KraV has some issues. Complaining about spikes, but not pausing the game. That would, of course, be an opportunity. Okay, stays...
Pretty bad.
Stays on tier 2. If he wants to go for some Bears later, or even Hippos against Gargs, then Vampiric is amazing.
Well, yeah. I would assume he just wants to mess Archers and... Yeah, just mess Archers, pretty much. Or mess tier 1, as we call it, even though it's tier 2 now. There's the option for his second hero. Very nice Ancient Protector movement at the Expo, by the way, by Sonik. Like, he ate some trees and made sure he placed it in, like, a safe corner on its own.
True. Yeah, very hard to reach for ghouls now. And covers quite a bit. Actually, well, everything, pretty much. Lich has decent damage, but of course no orb as he's not tier 3. More and more ghouls, and Sonik is getting ready for a big attack.
And I think KraV is in a lot of trouble here, because those towers, they won't be ready for a while. He's gonna try and buy some time here. He's coming in with ghouls. This Death Knight barely has any mana at all. He needs to put the ghouls on the archers, ideally, and the gargoyles on the huntresses, but his hero is going to be targeted there. Tries to set it free with the Death Coil on the hunt, but that Death Knight is going to fall very fast. He gets out!
I thought that's a kill for sure, but there's an entangle, and he denies it, but still DK down, and the ghouls are suffering as well at the hands of the Alchemist. Acid Bomb, such a big weapon against the low HP melee units, and the Huntress area of effect coming into play as well.
Yeah, and these towers, there's nothing to repair them here. The Archer is still going strong against those gargoyles here. KraV, this strategy is not working at all so far. Sonik read perfectly how to play against this, and he gets the quick victory.
Ooh, that was indeed way faster than expected. Something really didn't go right for KraV here.
Yeah, the opening, I think it was quite smart for him on paper. He wanted to go for the standard, the happy build, which is the last thing you expect from KraV, and then transitioning into something weird later. But you can't mess up that first creep. He messed up the first creep by getting the skeleton ensnared. It took forever. And that's... I'm kind of afraid we cursed this series, boys.
Hey, don't curse it. Like, don't double curse it now. Okay. Yeah, we go into map 2 in just a bit, but we got the first message from you over there, so of course we're going to show that here. Mr. Don Wick. Non-stop excitement on ESL_WC3 with the best casters who are doing a lot to the Warcraft scene. Neo, Todd, Remo, hashtag DHWC3. Nice little RBG setup there, my man. And your chance, of course, to send us your home screens as well. Hashtag DHWC3 is where it's at. Twitter and Instagram. You got some time. We're back in 3 minutes with map number 2. Ay, ay, ay. Who's getting a spanking here, eh? 1-0 for Sonik, and the Lich King is facing elimination.
Yeah, that was not at all what we were expecting. KraV normally tends to go for fast expansion. There, we tried to go for a surprise, tried to pull a fast one on Sonik, masking his later expansion intentions with DK standard opening. But Sonik read the game very well. He was like, okay, I'm playing Keeper anyways. I don't just have to push your expansion. I guess if I have freedom, I can just expand easily myself. He crept from camp to camp. With Treants, you can do that pretty easily. And then level 2 Entangle can still be good in the mid game. For the first time in a while, I feel like KraV kind of didn't know exactly what to do in a game. When even against Foggy, he made it look so close.
And I don't know if I'm seeing this right, but it might have happened just now, maybe before, but Sonik favorited the tweet of KraV.
Yeah. He liked that. I saw that as well.
It's so funny.
And people are getting more and more active here. Not only did we get the first setup on Twitter, we also got the first setup on Instagram in our story here by Kuzen, a long-time viewer of the Warcraft scene, watching with the family. Papa Bear is watching, little Bunny is watching as well. Gotta practice a little, get the inspiration in to create the new Warcraft stars of the future. Sweet!
Can't
Just
wait.
make sure that it's not human that gets picked. And that kid's gonna be fine.
That's the secret
2
to a
out of
happy
4 players being qualified so far human, but that's no reason to start.
Never.
To stop complaining.
Never.
Yeah, we'll start talking when they play against Xcloud and Happy. Not before. Human actually not doing too bad at these tournaments. I think
how's
they
that
were
possible?
the least represented, right? It was 3 players here in the round of 16, 4 Orcs, 6 Undead, and 3 Night Elves. Yeah, so far, not too bad. 2 group winners.
Yeah, the tier 2 of humans in Europe, they had some issues in the qualifiers, but man, if it's Hawkblade and Thorzane, they did a pretty good job so far. And our second game is up. We get the invites, we get everything ready.
Yeah, crazy to think that even like the Muslim did not qualify. Imagine if he had qualified, that could have been even more. Those qualifiers were very tough, actually, for the Muslim not to make it.
Or if
Please
you would
think
finally
out-
decide to show your skills once again.
I tried in Meisterschaft and didn't do too well.
Well, top 4. Still a good performance, man. Don't talk yourself down.
A friend once told me there's the first, and then there's everybody else.
That's a
That
sad
doesn't
way of...
sound right.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's kind of a sad way to look at things. Or very motivating. If you want to be the number 1 and give everything for that, then it might be the right approach.
Yeah, KraV here though, like he definitely, I don't know what happened last game, like it seemed a little bit out of sync. I think ideally if the towers on his expo would have been going up while he was on the other side attacking into the Night Elves expo, that's how they could have gone up and then he could have defended, but that didn't happen. It was like so clear what was happening. There was a wisp there, he saw the blight go down, then Sonik is like, I can just see the timing before towers are up, and he just killed him. So gonna have to do way better here this time around on Northern Isle.
I think if you want to go for a sort of expensive expansion on tier 2 with the towers and everything, you need to have a better presence in the early game. And if you don't threaten the keeper at all, he's going to run away with that early game. He's going to get fast expansion up. Throw in a keeper on Alchemist on tier 2 and you can push those towers so easily while the other has barely anything. Which is why I think the Ghoul opening is just way better for that expansion style. Even if you don't go for the fast expansion right away, even if you then transition to tier 2, you're going to have plenty of Ghouls and maybe Gargs to defend your expansion. But in that first game, KraV had hardly any units at all. He had like 4 Ghouls, 2 Gargs, and the 2 heroes that he attacked with. And delayed the Entangled. He killed maybe like 1 Archer, but that wasn't really enough.
Yeah, this was, I think, the worst game we've seen from KraV in the entire DreamHack circuit so far, including Summer. We're waiting for Sonik at the moment to give the go. He does take some time. Maybe it's a little revenge. We know that KraV oftentimes takes some time to get into games, you know. Maybe there's a little reverse psychology. Let the lose work on KraV a little when he's in that
smoke break, right?
Exactly.
It's not for the smoke break. So maybe Sonik just bought a custom-made Cuban cigar and he's raising the stakes. Smoking a cheeky one here before starting map 2.
One map
He's
away.
having a yogurt between the games. Recently, in the skill play open, I think it was, he was not leaving the game and was just watching his buildings getting killed while eating a yogurt against Happy. So. Maybe that's what's going on.
Oh
Okay. Do we know what flavor? What flavor could Sonik?
Yeah,
be?
defeat.
I was unable to see. I would have liked as well.
No matter what was in there, I'm pretty sure it tasted like defeat. Yeah.
You know that taste, don't you, Todd?
Oh my god. Let me pull up some Creepjack.
No. We don't have to go. No. Let's talk about Remo not meeting you for dinner last week. That's a way better.
Yeah.
Guys, let's not shift the blame around here.
No,
we're a positive stream full of great fun and content.
KraV just had a really bad game, and then I checked the bets on Warcraft info, and of course Remo bet on.
Dude, it's just I'm just plummeting. There's no way I can make any coin. I'm serious.
Who's even winning in those things? I saw that somebody actually had a lot of coins on X-Lord against Happy. That guy is now a baller.
Filthy rich. Let's see if KraV goes for an expansion this game as we load into Northern Isles and gets filthy rich in-game this time. His tournament life on the line after creating some waves in summer, now facing elimination. Not gonna be easy for him, that's for sure. But, you know, comeback mentality. His mentality usually pretty strong. He's not giving up easy. But yeah, he definitely has to step it up. Game number 2. Let's go. All right, Todd, we are landing on the cold grounds of Northern Isles. Is that the time for the Lich first?
I hope so. I think it's one of the trademark builds of KraV. He's really good at it. It's probably the case that Sonik is starting to build some sort of habit of playing against this. He's definitely gained more experience as KraV has already done it. I can see him quite a bit. But it doesn't make it a bad build. It's still very scary, especially when you can fast expand and power that Lich straight to level 3, because then Nova level 2 is extremely scary, and you have Dark Ritual to work with as well, so you have basically infinite mana.
Yeah, that can be very, very powerful. And we see Sonik not with a neutral hero. We oftentimes see him play Beastmaster on this map, but he's switching it up. It's the Keeper of the Grove again. But what stays the same is the position of the Engine of War. That's a classic Sonik, ready to creep the expansion.
Yeah, it's one of the good things you can do on this map. Like, I guess this is between doing the Tusker first or this. Like, these are like the 2 big camps that you want to secure quickly if you can, because you get a whole level and ideally a pretty good item as well. Like, one of the best items you could get at this expo here if you're going to open Keeper is Mana Pendant. So probably hoping for that. And on the other side, we get the Lich, which I'm pretty sure there's going to be an attempt at fast expanding here from KraV.
All right, finally he's going back to his signature hero in this matchup. Last time in summer he said it. Lich King is back, baby. Very versatile in his first hero choice. And Sonik, he hates these barricades as much as you do. Kills them off immediately, ready to start creeping.
Dude, these barricades have lost me so many games. Dear God. I can't blame him for getting rid of them. I wonder if he starts a Moonwell here.
Yeah.
So maybe Sonik with an expansion. He goes again, by the way, for Huntress Soul in the main base that got scouted by the Acolytes. And KraV is already... He sold Town Portal. He sold his altar. He's selling everything he's got and investing into some expansion stock here.
Yeah, if there's some indicators for expansions, then it's definitely that too. Selling the Town Portal and the altar. So both players not ultra aggressive early on. Nova on the Wisp to not get it detonated. Parry up for the Lich level 1.5. Keeper on the other side. Ring +4. Both won't be too happy with that. But yeah,
Well,
Sonic.
especially the ring.
We see this Huntress opening more and more from Night Elves. I mean, Sonic is definitely one of a kind, but also the greatest do that. Like Moon plays hunts and transitions into mass air, for example, against 1-2-0. So that is not completely crazy and can be very effective against ghouls.
The Acolyte is checking whether there is a tree starting at the expo here of Sonic. And Sonic is still on the single Enchanter 4. Look at how much gold he has. I think he's waiting to have enough food to start expo.
Exactly. He needs a little lumber, and then it should be the Tree of Life. KraV might be confused at the moment because Sonic is missing his timing a little, and he doesn't see the game plan yet. Can he turn around? I don't think so. He's trying, but the Archer's on a mission.
Very good item on that Lich, by the way. The Sentry Ward, one of the best you can find. You place that in the center, you see everything. Anything that crosses the map and tries to bring harm to you. Pretty sure that's where he's going to drop it in a second. On the other side, we got lightning shields, which technically, I think if KraV doesn't see that there is lightning shield, it could be useful on the hunt, like if he was to surround it. But no, yeah, he's going to understand pretty quickly that it's there. I'm just going to run away from this.
All right.
He's trying to get a cancel, actually, on the tree.
Ooh, is that enough damage? Wisp is coming in. KraV is splitting against it, so one skeleton stays alive. Mana for Sonic is rather low. For the Lich, of course, not the case, as he can eat his own minions. Now some right clicks, but the ghoul has been taken out. There's not really a corpse. Does he have another... Okay, one more rod of necromancy. Might be going for this peak over there. Does so. Okay, is the damage enough? Sonic, you need another Wisp.
Oh, there isn't another one. Oh my god, if he gets this cancelled, this is huge. The expo of KraV is 80% made right now. In the meantime, he's already got the Necropolis on the expo, meaning he can make Acolytes directly on location, and he's already taking in the main base.
Wow.
So even though Sonik started his tech as well, this is huge getting this cancelled here. And now the Keeper wants revenge, he's got level 3. Remember, Lich doesn't have any Town Portal, and he didn't have time to buy boots nor staff. So he needs to be really careful. That Lich, if it dies, that would be very bad for KraV.
Yeah, that was a little scary right there. Level 3 on the Keeper gave him the mana, I think. So level 2 Entangle now can go for these ghouls very, very quickly. There's no tower in the base, not even an Arub. So how do you defend this now? The Lich is absolute key, obviously. Sonic has to split a little bit against it because there's almost unlimited mana. The Altar is getting cancelled and the Entangle start.
Yeah, I think Sonic's doing that because he anticipated there wasn't going to be an Nerubian tower, and also he hopes that there's not going to be a second Necropolis, in which case you can't replace the Acolyte. But here, because there is the second Necropolis, it's very easy to replace that for KraV and send it to the main base in a second. Still looking to try and kill some of these ghouls here. That Lightning Shield coming in really handy after all.
Yeah, it's creating a lot of distance. And to add to your points, and of course, after all these logical reasons, Sonic's also loves to be aggressive, so that's another argument for this base arrest here. But it is pretty smart, but nice counter by KraV. Whenever there's an Entangle, he just eats that unit.
Yeah, he's been making sure that the Keeper doesn't gain any more experience here for now. Has to restart the altar that he had already made.
That delays tier 3 quite a bit. Tier 2 is almost done and the altar just started. That's not too great.
But like having the expo as early as he did compared to Sonic, like look at Sonic's expo. It's not even finished yet. KraV has been mining from his like already for a long time.
Exactly. We see this here. Gold per minute graph definitely in favor of KraV.
I wonder what composition Sonic will go for then.
Yeah.
Because so far he's been making a few hunts, but I mean against an expo of Undead, that's not what you need to rely on.
Yeah, just because there's a Hunter's Hole doesn't mean you have to go for lords. You can go for Instant of Wind and Mass Air as well. Question is, does he like that? Is his kiting good? Oh my. Level 3 Lich and greater mana. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. He does.
Okay, now that Keeper.
Yep.
He's gonna have to get out of there.
That's a TP right here, and that will not be reborn. Greater mana is gone! Oh. He's just gone!
It's so deceiving, Nova, the range. He might have thought that he was out of range. It's happened to me many times before too, and this is why it's so awkward to play against Lich first. Because usually when you play against Undead, the Lich will be there as second or third hero, and it will never be level 3 like this while your own hero is level 3, you know? Like by the time it's level 3, you'll have a big army, and then there's not as much worry about having a low hit points hero that might get Novad. So this is one of the super unfamiliar situations. And now, losing his hero. Look at the experience on that Lich. Almost skyrocketed straight to level 4 right now. Ramo's loving life watching this.
Yeah, I mean, level 2 Dark Ritual is so much mana. And the hunts, they will die rather quickly to it, I believe. That was a roadblock to Sonic's play. Like, he can creep, of course, now as he gets the Alchemist. But what's next? He has to spend a lot of money to get that Keeper back. And what's his tier 2 buildings? We don't see any yet. His mining starts now at 8 minutes 30. But that's about it. We got double crypt by KraV. We got more towers by KraV. Triple crypt, in fact. That's gonna be hard to hold.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to play with gargoyles again. I think KraV, he loves playing gargoyles. Even against human, every time that he expands with Crypt Lord, he usually goes into gargoyles. Sometimes he transitions. But here, already having the Lich level 3, and now the Death Knight additionally, it's like, what do you get against this? If you go Mass Archer, you're gonna get Nova to death.
Yeah.
Of course, there's the Alchemist that can try and out-heal that, but it's just gonna be really hard, so... KraV's gonna use that map control for now here, and his superior heroes, I mean in particular that Lich, to creep a little bit. Like, you want to get that Death Knight to level 2 pretty quickly if you can as well. And I wonder how quickly he's gonna break upkeep and how aggressive he's gonna play, because sometimes on this map one of the best ways you can use an early game advantage is to take one more expo quickly. So take the third base in the corner.
Okay, that would be interesting. I would rather paint KraV as a more aggressive player than a third base player. He's getting ready for high supply, for more action. Scourge Bone Chimes, great for the ghouls. Can be decent for the Gargs if Sonic decides to go for air, but that doesn't seem to be the case. He's just on one Ancient of War, isn't he?
Yeah, Sonic really needs to remember that...
Zeppelin, but the Sapper here walks into the creep, so Sonic! What was that? Sorry to cut you off, Todd, but...
Oh my god, yeah.
That was a disaster! The Zeppelin as well. Nova catches everything again. Oh boy.
And he TP'd so late, wow. If you can get Novad one more time, one more hunt, he's gonna fall here, and this is experience. You can't be giving away. What the hell was that Sapper doing? Where are you going? You're drunk, go home.
That looked like a drunk Sapper for sure. Like, there's no reason. If you want to hide that Sapper, pull it a little further to the left and he's at least safe. But the Scorpions, they wanted to protect their neighbors here and did so very, very well.
And third Ancient of War for Sonic. He just wants to Mass Archer, I think. Then just try to heal everything with Healing Spray. The center will be secured by KraV. Careful, the Death Knight could get targeted. He has an invuln. He goes for Sacrificial Pit, so as much as, you know, he's going to be making shades, which when you play gargoyles are important. I know that KraV also loves going Frostworms.
Ooh, yeah.
Totally the wrong game for that, considering he's going to face Mass Archers, but right now he's doing pretty good in the center of the map. Sonic getting his Keeper targeted. He has one potion, but the staff is on the Keeper.
Oh, of course, he didn't rebuy the TP. He's trying to get a hero focus off of KraV, but that's a heal scroll, that's an Invo potion. Yeah, I'm not too sure how long Sonic can even survive in this game. Every single encounter seems to be going KraV's way.
Yeah, and once he has a shade, he's going to have so much information on where Sonic is at all times. Dreadlord 3rd finally comes out now.
Todd, I might need your expert analysis here. The Alchemist is going Heal Spray and Chemical Rage.
Yeah, it's Sonic. So it's not supposed to make sense.
Yeah, I haven't seen an Alchemist in a long time that didn't go for Acid Bomb. Usually such a great spell, especially against ghouls.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Healing Spray is that it's channeling, so you can't be doing something else at the same time. Whereas Acid Bomb is like instant.
Yeah.
So that's why you're supposed to get those two together. If you go Rage usually, then you go Acid Bomb as well with it.
This might be the end of the game right here, if you ask me. Keeper pretty much down to 50%. The Invo was popped already. There's another Nova, and of course he didn't rebuy that TP. The Dreadlord again comes in with the sleep. There's no way out. Bye-bye Keeper. As one-sided as game 1 was, game 2 turns around to like 100%.
Yeah, and KraV is completely dominating. Sonic wasn't ready for this. The YOLO Zeppelin into Suicide Sattler on creeps. Not a successful build here on Northern Isle. And just the first cancel on that expansion really was so important. Once KraV got this, he was just so far ahead, and after that never let go of his leads.
Coil almost executes the Alchemist, but Yeah, I mean, everything else is just falling. The Dreadlord, the DK, the Lich, they're having the time of their lives. And this series takes a U-turn as KraV ties it up.
All right. I like to see that from KraV. I think the Lich fast expo attempt is just way better. That's where he's, or for him, way better, where he feels much more comfortable. And the Keeper here being so busy for so long, creeping his own expansion, Lich was left to do what he wants. It's dangerous when playing Lich first against Keeper when the Keeper is aggressive right away. Then with the Treants, he's a big problem. But if you have all that time to get up your expo, well, that's a perfect game for KraV.
How did you like the Cypher play, though?
Did you hear me giggle? I was giggling a little bit. That was quite funny.
Little schoolgirl Remo. Okay, can both players bring their A game to map 3? They have to, because it is about survival. Who's going to prevail, Sonik or KraV? Decider in Group C. Cash prevailed and Razorman prevailed. So who's going to follow, KraV or Sonik? Will History of Summer repeat or will it change and turn around? It's Terranar stand, guys, and I don't really know what to expect.
I'm pretty sure neither of them knows what to expect.
Like, even what first hero should I expect? I don't know.
Let's ask Remo, since he's always wrong about the gold. Let's see if he can be wrong about the heroes too.
Warden. I would say 95% Warden. Damn, I'm wrong already. God damn it. Oh, why is he not playing Warden though? And Lich. Come on, give me that Lich.
We still didn't load in, but we're on our way now.
Oh my god, that was so perfect.
Why is he not playing Warden? Sonik, you love the Warden. What the hell?
Remo's so furious he's talking over the bumper. Here we go, guys. Terranas stand as a decider. And we got Sonik in the upper left, got KraV in the bottom right. And why is Remo so furious? Because guess what? There's no altar in the base. Nowhere to be found. This is a Beastmaster, isn't it?
It could be a Panda as well. I mean, either of these heroes are like pretty ambitious to go for against Undead. I guess Beastmaster would be considered maybe a little bit more standard and like viable. But it's Sonik we're talking about. He could go Achilles first. I wouldn't be surprised.
He did that so many times on Twisted. Do you remember? It was before all the patches. I think that was when Heal Spray was still hitting the enemy's units, and he loved to play Alchemist on Twisted.
Yeah. I think Sonik is actually very good at like many different styles. Like sometimes he just goes for Keeper a lot, sometimes he goes for Warden a lot, but he's capable of playing with pretty much any hero. Occasionally some some Demon Hunter as well.
What's he saying?
He said, "Who's gonna spank who?" In French. And that was like grammatically perfectly correct as well, which I wouldn't have assumed with Google Translate. So.
Damn. Oh boy. Okay, Sonik wins the early game.
He definitely did. He took a big lead right there. But yeah, how does a neutral hero do against Lich as well? That's like a big question.
If he has a lot of HP, that can work, and that would go for the Beastmaster and Alchemist and Panda. Beastie it is. So he didn't want to play his common strategy on Northern Isles, but he kind of takes his Northern Isles strategy and uses it on TS.
Yeah, I think the plan is to make sure there is not an easy expo going up. And then one of the things that Sonik is really good at is Ancient of War creeping, and that includes Ancient of War creeping without his hero being there. He's one of the few Night Elves that actually will attempt that. But now he was spotted. He showed up at the expo. Sonik saw that the camp was being pulled out. This feels like it could fail really hard, by the way.
He moved the Beastmaster into the creep spot, so there's 2 inner fires. We all know how strong that is, especially on rifle. Am I right?
Oh my god.
Who's gonna get
the Wisp? Oh, he gets Novad!
Oh, wow!
The single Wisp. Okay, he's got a second one on the way. That's gonna be super important to get skeletons and remove light. The Beastmaster gets surrounded! This could fall flat on its face, and the Town Follower will be forced in the start of the game, and it is gonna be forced. And now that's gonna be an easy expo for KraV.
Oh, wow. The idea seemed so good. Double Quilbies, good damage against ghouls, wake up the creeps, get them above to make this creep harder, but in the end, KraV gets everything. Level 2, the item, nothing really of importance dispelled, and the expo is coming up like it's nothing.
Yeah, KraV gets, I think, not that good an item here, Evasion. You don't really want to be tanking with the Lich necessarily. It's probably better to have boots and staff to like run around and do well, but Sonic's just gonna expand himself. I don't know if KraV will attempt to cancel here again. Like, it feels like his expo is already kind of safe. Even though a Quilbis is being sent there to try and maybe do some damage to it.
The player's forces are under attack.
Alright. Tower's up at 50%, that should be fine. Ghoul is ready as well. KraV knows that there was a possibility of the summon harass, but make sure that he's ready for it. Mantle of Intelligence for the Lich. More damage here, but oh boy, these ghouls are hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to get to level 3 as quickly as possible, and this is one of the better camps to get that, because it gives a lot of experience and 2 items, which you're hoping for that big mana we saw last game. How much that helped with the first big kill on the Keeper.
Get the Hawk second, so no Bash Bear here in this game. Is that level 3? Okay, with that rogue, it absolutely is. KraV getting a Shadow Priest for a little bit of healing. New round of ghouls. Sonik is doing pretty much the same with the Ring of Regen. That's definitely helping him out because he's tanking with his hero only.
Yeah, he's got the Ring of Regeneration. I guess he can just start using Moonwells. It's not like he's being sieged here just yet, but he's about to be. Lich moving in position. Very important of Sonik to spot this with the Hawk. And KraV is going to attack with Mercenaries, so he's going to have some Abolish to work with. Nova is going to be quite dead. And Sonik is not 3. He's missing 1 experience to be level 3. Quilbeast level 2 would have been so amazing here for him to start the fight with. But he's not gonna have. He's not even gonna have that.
It was already a little bit of a disaster in the early game when he wanted to be the one to push, but now his Tree of Life is once again under attack, and not only the Tree of Life, but also his Tournament Life, and it looks like these ghouls are just eating that one. Hawk level 2 to counter the ghouls, but man, that's too late. That's just way too late, and the Nova hits the archers. It's an ultimate disaster for Sonik.
KraV didn't even have to stay, but he's like, well, I mean, I got Lich level 3 and you got a bunch of archers and mercenaries. I might as well kill them and put you out of your misery. You ask me who's gonna spank who? I'm giving you the answer here. Sonik restarts the expo in front of the fight. And KraV hasn't noticed. He could just click on it and cancel it again.
It's nighttime. He could be seeing this. There's an Invo Potion. This Lich can stay here forever. Detonate. Okay. But now he sees it. Is the health still enough? He doesn't have a Rod of Necromancy anymore. He eats one ghoul. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Cancelled again.
Yeah, you need to be careful about feeding a Beastmaster. It's not out of control yet, but if you can skyrocket to level 4 to level 5, it's going to be a very, very scary hero here in this game. In the meantime, we see the second crypt, the graveyard. Yeah, so it's just going to be gargoyles yet again. But Sonik, with his double cancel on the tree, now is so far ahead. His economy is going to go completely out of control. He doesn't even have to break up keep for a long time either, so his economy is just going to build up.
In the meantime, though,
like insanely.
Sonik was teching to tier 2, so at least he gets that. It's a Demon Hunter second. The Chimera, the little Thunderhawk, does do a good job at the moment, but once there's a single Garg, yeah, you can just scratch that. 1,000 gold for KraV.
And he's going lore. Or lores, rather. 2 of them.
Okay.
I wonder what tech exactly. Maybe just some good old Bear Dryad, really? Wait, Sonik is attempting to keep the Merchant? Okay, he has Demon there as well. But if at first he was an Enchanter 4 and 2 Archers, I was like, okay, that's pretty ambitious. Beastmaster trying to get some ghouls. Forces Dark Ritual on one of them. Careful also about feeding that Lich.
Yeah.
As we've learned from Remo many times, level 4 is a pretty scary level on that one.
I think everybody knows about that level 4 Lich now. You might not know a single build order, but level 4 Lich, that's where it's at. But man, this Hawk is creating a lot of trouble for now. That bought him some space, but you know what? The Mercs and the Ghouls are at Sonic's throat again.
Oh my god, he's gonna get a cancel. No way.
He might lose a unit or two, but 3 times the charm.
No way! You just sent 4 units. You just sent 4 units and he's gonna get the cancel as it was very close to finishing. This is such a disaster for Sonik. I mean, yes, he has a hero level 2, but Gargoyle production has already begun. So basically now Sonik is gonna have to leave units there 24/7 to cover that tree, because otherwise even just 4 Gargoyles could get the cancel. Apparently the Ogre Mauler doesn't know where to go. He's completely lost. Okay, he's like, no, that's the way to my base down there. Turns around.
It's almost a 2k gold lead already. Hero looking fine for KraV as well. The tech is a little bit missing, but he's taking to tier 3 now, getting the Gargs, and with that, the age of the Hawk is absolutely over.
Oh my god, if he gets a 3rd cancel, like, I think this is completely over. Like, Sonic's already in a bad spot. He needs to make sure that expansion does not get cancelled here. He needs to leave some Dryads. Maybe put his Archers there. The Demon took a lot of damage. Leech has a Nova, but was on cooldown on that. And he's gonna go for the Archers instead. Those were the best anti-air to try and deal with those Gargoyles.
Hawk reveals him here, so that's a nice feature of that Hawk. Has True Shot as well, but more and more Gargs here. This time, with the help of the Dryad, maybe can survive, and the DK comes in with the coil at the right time.
Yeah, that's going to be super helpful to be able to get these few coils here to bring back the Lich closer to full hit points. Now the Beastmaster is getting chased. As much as there is no aura from KraV, there is no staff on Sonik, so he needs to be really careful. Demon gets back in position to maybe try and start mana burning. It looks like the expo is not getting cancelled this time.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, it's too much anti-air. 4 or 5 units now. Should be fine. Coil is almost there, but the Demon Hunter is doing a decent job burning. Lich is completely low, can't even use Dark Ritual at the moment, and the DK threw 2 coils already. So Sonik is miraculously stabilizing to a degree.
Yeah. He can't leave his expo. He needs to leave the units there. And every time he crosses that bridge here, then the gargoyles go back on attacking that tree. I'm surprised KraV is playing this aggressive now. I feel like resuming creeping might be better. And he broke upkeep instantly, by the way, here did KraV. Straight on to 52 supply. And Hall of the Dead just completed, or Black Citadel rather, just completed. So I think he can just grab Orb right now and then decide if he wants to put Sonik out of his misery or maybe just creep a little bit first.
Yeah, I might need your expertise here once again because I'm failing to see how you beat mass Gargs with this hero combo. You don't have any area of effect.
Yeah, I think he's just counting on the summons of the Beastmaster to be useful. He's gonna put an orb on the demon eventually when he reaches tier 3. Ideally, he needs to start a shop soon. There it is. But yeah, it's just Sonik started falling behind from the get-go here. In game 1, everything went his way, but in game 2 and 3, just everything went south from the start. He got completely shut down, expand, kept getting cancelled. And even though it's going up now, like it starts mining. After Undead is already at 58 supply with Orb, with a Scroll of Healing. And Sonik in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, hero focus won't be too easy as well because there's double big invul. This Demon Hunter, oh my god.
I think he's dead. There's no staff on the Beastmaster because the shop wasn't finished yet. That was delayed. Boom! Headshot.
Yo, this is very, 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 very one-sided now. 20 supply lead for KraV, just making use of his extra income. Sonik was never able to disrupt that.
And the Gargs have two attack, by the way, so those Dryads are gonna melt.
One shot, one kill. If the damage rolls are right, which they are most of the time. He's losing his entire army.
Yeah, Lich having Orb is so deadly as well. KraV might be able to do it here. Moving on to the Decider match, if he can take out Sonik. Some nice banter between the two, but in Game 2 and 3, KraV really picked things up after losing map number 1 and dominated the whole way.
Does Sonik even have a single unit left? Oh, except the summons, I guess. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't feel like it.
Look at his supply, Neo. 33 to 56. Lich level 5. Merry Christmas.
I was about to say, look at the level as well. Level 5 Lich is just bringing terror to the Night Elf army and heroes.
Yeah, it was a rough last 2 games for Sonik, but I think the build order choice and the execution just wasn't there. That Beastmaster harassment did almost nothing. Wisps got Novad and died, and then after that he got surrounded way too early before he could do any real damage. Could have done so much better with that. It does look like we're gonna have an Undead moving on to the Decider match here.
Yeah,
That then actually has to face Thalzane.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a banger match for sure. This is a prime example, I think, of Sonic's games. You mentioned that in the early game. He has these games where he looks like the 250 IQ Stone Forms around. Oh no, the 250 IQ dude who has the perfect builds and it's working out so perfectly. But then if his ideas don't work out, he looks a little silly, and that's exactly what's happening here. If this Beastmaster harass is working better and KraV is not reacting perfectly to it, that can do some damage, and the expansion comes up eventually. This was all not the case, and KraV takes it from minute 4 on.
Yeah, KraV looked fantastic this game, really. Like, the execution was perfect on the Expo. If he does anything differently, like he doesn't Nova one of the Wisps on time, he gets overeager and Nova is the hero, it would be so bad, but he saved that for the Wisp, made sure that there was no detonation. Not just on the skeleton minions, but also on the Blights. Kept that there. And KraV moves on to the Decider match here in Group C.
Little greetings to the above, and that is him in the top 12 of Europe once again, surviving day 4. Sonik, unfortunately,